So today I'm going to be showing you the food management app within NetSuite, and this is the standard NetSuite screen. The module is accessed via a link, and this goes straight into the recipes. You get a list of all the available recipes, and the recipes are of course to make either food or beverage or any processed manufactured item. Let's go in and look at this recipe for salted egg butter chicken. So once you go into the recipe, you see there are various things available. There is the product image. You can put in multiple product images. You have instructions here. You have an approval flag. You have instructions video if you want, and you have various ways to control the amounts that are produced. You have the standard produced quantity, the produced unit of measurement, and minimum and maximum quantities if you're restricted by machines or labor. There is also calculated recipe costing, and the system gives you the ability to get very accurate recipe costing within the system. It also can be variously divided into things like raw material costs, machine costs, labor costs as well. And also you can update the costs at any specific time. So for example, you can have a production recipe which then has the exact cost of making that production. You can also have other recipes which are used to establish baseline costs. So for instance, in theory, to make butter chicken, salted egg butter chicken, you might need 100 grams of chicken. In the actual production, you might use more or less, and this also will be costed in the system. As you can see at the top here, we have a number of buttons: print ingredients, print recipes, print nutrition, print allergens. You can also cost recipes, and you can also update the costs. If, for example, we go into print the recipe, it goes and creates a printout which then shows you the recipe itself, shows you a picture, and shows you the ingredients and the method of manufacture. The other button you can print is you can print nutrition as well. So if you go to nutrition, it will show you the nutrition involved in that particular product. For instance, this salted egg butter chicken, this is the Hong Kong label, but you can also have a Taiwan label, you can have a Singapore label, whatever label you want to conform to your local requirements. You can have all the same, you can have different labels depending on different legislations, but the labels themselves are generated from the same data, so you don't need to reset the data. You can also look at allergens. So the system has full allergen management. So what happens is if there are allergens in the food, it can then print on the, there's a printout that shows you the allergen labels. All of these printouts are customizable. So it's depending on the local requirements, you can then change the printout to look whatever way it wants. And of course, because it's NetSuite, it's fully translatable. You can put it into Chinese or Bahasa, whatever language you want. So here on the header, you have the differences, you have what the product is to be made, the instructions. Then further down, right at the bottom here, you have things like the ingredients. So for instance, the ingredients here is chicken, unsalted butter, and it has a product which is salted egg butter chicken. This is a very simple recipe. You can have as many lines as you want, and you can have inputs and outputs. Some of the other features here, you have nutrition, as we've discussed. You can have different labels. I've got a Hong Kong nutrition label, I've got a Malaysian nutrition label. You can put in machines. These are things that do work on the product. So you can have a mixing machine and a packaging machine. All of these are costed within the system. You can have labor. So these are the people required. Again, for instance, this needs 7.5 minutes of supervisor time, and it has the cost here of that time. You can put in allergen details, so this has egg and nuts as allergens, and you can have a full audit trail and notes and instructions on how to make the product. This is a brief introduction of our recipe management module. There are further videos and further details, you can either contact your NetSuite representative, or you can come to our YouTube channel, which we will share later. Thank you.